Hi, I'm Ruth Brooker. I am a science teacher. I taught middle school and high school biology. Before I taught, I worked with loggerhead sea turtles and bred koi as well. Today I'm going to show you a short demo on cellular respiration. The standard is describe and investigate how cellular respiration breaks down food to provide energy and release CO2. The essential question, can organisms perform cellular respiration in the absence of oxygen? So today I'm using yeast, and we're going to be going through the chemical reaction of using sugar, and we're taking out oxygen because we're testing to see if this organism can do cellular respiration in the absence of oxygen. We should produce CO2 and water, which we won't see be produced, it's too small. And then 38 ATP, usually if we had oxygen, but today we're using no oxygen, anaerobic respiration, so we should only get 2 ATP. So it's not as efficient, but the organisms can still survive doing it, so it works pretty well for them. I chose yeast because they're small, cheap, and they're one of the only organisms that can do this in the absence of oxygen. I'm using baker's yeast, so it's very easy to get for people at home. I used beakers today, but you could use baby food jars or anything that you could see and watch through that had a small container and opening, because you're going to cap it with a balloon. We want to make sure to go through the scientific process always in science. So at this point, we should have gone through cellular process. We should know that cellular respiration is taking place in the mitochondria. We should also know the process of doing a scientific experiment. You should have a handout uploaded for your lab today. And you're going to want to start out with asking your question, which we already did. Can organisms perform cellular respiration in the absence of oxygen? And you want to go through your procedures, do your hypothesis first, predict what you think is going to happen, and you're going to want to have controls, your variables, and then you're going to want to observe and record what you see. So today for my controls, I'm using a beaker with water and yeast, but I'm not adding sugar to that one because this is just our control. So we shouldn't see cellular respiration take place in that. The process should not occur. But my independent variable, I'm adding sugar, so we should see the process occur. Both I'm capping off oxygen from the atmosphere with balloons, so I'm going to seal them both. We always want to use metrics in science, so I've measured the yeast, and we are doing 5 milliliters of yeast in both, and it's dry yeast, but the water's going to bring it out of its dormant state. And you can cap it with your thumbnail and shake it around. Okay, and then I'm also going to add my yeast to my control and shake it around as well. Milliliter shows volume, so how much space it takes up. So milliliters is good for liquids and the yeast as well, because it fills the container, so it's easy to measure. And then I'm going to add sugar to my independent variable. That's my test variable. So only sugar goes in my test variable because I'm wanting the process to occur in my independent variable. I'm going to shake it around once more just to be controlled. And then I'm going to cap both off to not allow oxygen in. And you want to watch it because I had these, the one that's supposed to do cellular respiration, the one that's added sugar, they do explode sometimes. So it can take a few minutes to start, not too long. In our equation, the carbon dioxide is going to be what's showing us that the process is occurring. So right here, the CO2, if we have CO2 produced, it's going to show that yes, we can do cellular respiration with the absence of oxygen. So yeast will be able to do that. You should see the balloon popping up to show the CO2 capturing it inside. It should start standing up in a few minutes. I might have to cut the video so to be under 5 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed it, and just observe and record what you see. All right, thank you. Bye.